Nobody ever called you the smart one. You were the quiet one, the weird one, the one who thinks too much. You talk to yourself. You'd rather stay home. You worry about things that haven't happened. You say, I don't know, more than you probably should. People call these flaws. Research calls them something else. Here are 8 weird signs you might be a much deeper thinker than you realize. Count how many sound like you. And be honest. Number 1, you doubt yourself. You've probably had this thought. Everyone else seems so sure of themselves. Why am I the only one who isn't? You sit in a meeting. Someone presents an idea with total confidence. You see 3 problems with it immediately, but you also immediately question whether you're the one missing something. So you stay quiet. And 3 weeks later, one of those 3 problems shows up. Here's the strange part. In a famous study, the people who performed the worst rated themselves as far above average. The people who performed the best? They underestimated themselves. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Judging your own ability takes the same skill as the ability itself. So the less someone knows, the more confident they sound. And the more you know, the more you see everything you still don't. That voice asking, am I actually good at this? That voice is doing something most people's brains skip entirely. It's checking. Confidence is loud. Thinking is quiet. Number 2, you worry more than most people. You run through conversations before they happen. You imagine how things could go wrong. You've written entire arguments in your head that never took place. You read your own message twice before sending it, and once more after. People say, stop overthinking, just relax. But researchers found something odd. In a study measuring worry and intelligence, the students who worried the most scored higher on verbal intelligence. The explanation? A mind that can picture the past and future in rich detail has more material to worry about. Your imagination isn't broken. It's just thorough. The same engine that makes you anxious on Sunday night is the one that makes you the person who saw the problem coming when nobody else did. Number 3, you'd rather be alone. Someone invites you to a party. You say maybe. You already know it's a no. And by 9 p.m. while they're shouting over music, you're deep in an article about something you'll never need to know. And you wouldn't trade places for anything. It's not because you don't like people. It's because your evening alone isn't empty. It's full. A study of 15,000 people published in the British Journal of Psychology found something that surprised even the researchers. For most people, happiness went up the more they socialized. But for the most intelligent people in the study, it flipped. They were more satisfied with life when they spent more time alone. One explanation, a busy mind is its own company. It doesn't need constant input from outside because there's already a lot happening inside. You're not antisocial. You're just never really alone in there. Number 4, you listen more than you talk. In every group, there's someone who fills the air, and there's someone who watches. You're the watcher. You notice who interrupts who. You notice what wasn't said. And when you finally speak, usually late, usually once, people go quiet because it's the thing nobody else thought of. Here's another strange thing about you. People tell you their secrets. Friends, coworkers, sometimes near strangers. They open up to you without you asking. That's not an accident. People can feel who's actually listening, and it's almost never the person doing all the talking. You're not slow, you're processing. Some minds react. Yours computes first. Speaking last doesn't mean you had the least to say. It usually means you were the only one actually listening. Number 5, you talk to yourself, out loud, in the kitchen, in the car, full sentences, sometimes both sides of the conversation. If anyone saw you, they'd think something's wrong with you. Researchers would disagree. Studies on self-talk show it's not a glitch, it's a tool. Talking to yourself helps with problem solving, memory, and self-control. People who think through language are literally sharpening their thoughts by saying them. Your thoughts get clearer the moment they leave your head. You're not weird, you're editing. Number 6, you fall down rabbit holes. It's 2 a.m. You're reading about a shipwreck, or ancient Rome, or how octopuses think. Why? No reason. Nobody asked you to. There's no test. That's the point. Psychologists call it the need for cognition. Some brains find thinking itself rewarding. Most people learn because they have to. You learn because not knowing physically bothers you. Nobody gives you a certificate for the things you learned at 2 a.m. But that library in your head, it's why you can connect things other people can't. Nothing you ever learned is wasted. It's all just waiting. Number 7, your humor is quick and dry. You're not the loud, funny one. You're the one who says one quiet sentence at the perfect moment and the whole room breaks. In one study, researchers had 400 students write captions for cartoons. Independent judges rated the results. The smarter the student, the funnier the caption. It makes sense. A good joke is speed. It's seeing the connection between 2 things nobody else linked, faster than everyone in the room. Humor isn't the opposite of intelligence. It's intelligence showing off. Number 8, you say, I don't know. This one sounds backwards. Shouldn't smart people know things? Here's what actually happens. To say, I don't know, your brain has to do something advanced. It has to see the edge of its own knowledge. That's called metacognition, thinking about your own own thinking. And it's exactly what the loudest, most confident people in the room are missing. I don't know isn't the absence of intelligence. It's the sound of someone who knows exactly where their map ends. And those are the only people who ever go looking for more. And here's why nobody noticed. School doesn't measure deep thinking. School measures speed. Raise your hand first, answer fastest, finish the test before the bell. But your kind of mind doesn't work on a bell. It works on depth. It turns things over. It comes back with a better answer tomorrow. And school has no column for better answer tomorrow. So the fast kids got called smart, and you got called quiet. Nobody was lying. They were just measuring the wrong thing. So let's count them. You doubt yourself. You worry too much. You'd rather be alone. You listen more than you talk. You talk to yourself. You fall down rabbit holes at 2 a.m. Your humor is fast and dry. And you're not afraid to say, I don't know. Your whole life, people had other words for these. Insecure, anxious, antisocial, too quiet, weird. But look at what they actually are. Checking your own thinking, simulating the future, being comfortable in your own head, processing before reacting, sharpening thoughts by saying them, learning for its own sake, connecting things at speed, and knowing where your knowledge ends. That's not a list of flaws. That's a description of a mind that runs deep. To be clear, none of this is an IQ test, and thinking deeply isn't a competition. But if you've spent years apologizing for these things, maybe it's time to stop. They were never the broken parts of you. They were the engine. So, how many hit? Count them. 1 out of 8? 5 out of 8? All 8. Drop your number in the comments. I'm curious what the average is.